forever.
Oh God, no, I promise I'll remember.
Do something else with your spare time. Go shopping, have lots of sex, take more naps, anything but this.
Oh, Zoe, getting people in debt, in the doctor's office, and downright lazy since 2022. What year was she born? Yeah, whatever. Just roll the tape. Dreamfall Chapters is a PC game follow-up to The Longest Journey and Dreamfall: The Longest Journey. Both are adventure games like old school point and click. Find this item, talk to that person to advance. Dreamfall Chapters is a crowdfunded game with over 24,000 backers, and I'm damn glad it got made. It was made into a 5-part series. I will be going over the first 2 books as they are called in this review. The game takes place right after the end of Dreamfall, with Zoe and Avani right where they left off. Without going too deep into the story to ruin it for you guys, Zoe lives in the year 2200 something, and there's this new craze taking over with everyone and their mother using these dream machines. Yes, it's pretty much the way it sounds, unless you have crazy, lucid dreams, and a lot of people are addicted to them. There's also a government with an all-seeing eye watching everyone, and that seems like a pretty bad time, but whatever. Avani lives in a different world, not time, in a world of magic and fantasy. It has blue people. I saw Avatar. I kind of get what's going on. It's a lot less interesting than Zoe's world, but they are connected, so I'll let it fly. This game is very well written, with great voice acting, and has some really memorable and likable characters with only a few duds mixed in. Even though a lot of the people I talk to probably have very little to do with the story, I didn't mind listening to them, with some of them even making me laugh out loud a few times. Zoe is a fantastic character in terms of looks and personality. She seems like an everyday girl with real problems like whether to stay in school or drop out, dealing with her lame-ass boyfriend. Come on, Zoe, you could do better than Reza. Avani isn't too bad himself either, but he's more of a generic character than I would have liked. He's pretty sexy, so I'll give him a pass. Or would I? Book 1 stories seem like it grabbed me a little more than Books 2 did, mostly due to the fact that I was playing Avani a lot more in Book 2. Even though I met some really cool characters as him, I felt like what I was doing really didn't matter at all. Even at the end, they're like, "Hey man, that was just a test. Good job. Whew, you guys are lucky you just gave me a cool new hood or be thrown down. Come on, son." So this game can be short, especially if you make the right/wrong choices. I played through both books twice, and there is such high replay value with the crazy branching choices and consequences, it makes Mass Effect and The Walking Dead look like Super Mario. While getting a headache just thinking about how many playthroughs it would take to see everything in this game, I just went in and said, 12? Alright. So let's touch on the gameplay. It's a little more old school than your standard Telltale game, with much more of an emphasis on the point and click mechanic that we all loved 10 years ago? Yeah, we'll go with that. Even though it plays a lot smoother than the Telltale games with the running and interacting with objects, which is sad. Telltale, fix your engine, stop pooping out games every other week. Thanks. Trying to figure out how to get past something was a nice challenge without making me want to quit. What goes here? How do I get past this guard? How do I blow that up? How do I get Reza to love me more? It was great. There was no fighting in the game, and I think that was a great choice. It didn't bother me in the least. They don't hold your hand in this game, so if you're used to newer games, you might want to stay away, or at least grab a guide. You'll be walking around a little, not really knowing what to do next. There is a map system, but it's a little weird. You can find them around the cities every once in a while for both Zoe and Avani, but they aren't the best. I get why Avani doesn't have one, kind of, but Zoe, she's a phone with FaceTime in her head. Where's my map? Another complaint is that they reuse NPCs a little too much. A different hairstyle or color tee would help that out. But if I see that same guy in his black polo again, I'm going to kill him and his 20 twins. The last 2 problems I found in the game were minor bugs and glitches within Book 2 itself, which they will probably fix at some point before Book 3. And lastly, most of what I was doing felt like it really wasn't involved in the story, and it was just me fetching items from one person to give it to another person to let me know about a third person. In the end, I ended up loving Dreamfall Chapters Book 1 and 2. Even with its few shortcomings here and there, the overall story, setting, and characters took me to a place that I wanted to be and explore more and more of its 2 worlds. I would like a few more tutorials for new players for items and how to use them, but it would still be hard for me not to recommend it to most people who enjoy a great story in a game. Costing only $30 for all 5 books makes this a sweet deal over most adventure games these days, with its high replay value, length, versus other games in the genre. It breaks my heart that I might have to wait another 5 months for Book 3, but when it does come out, I will play through all of them again to see how different I can make my world. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours?